Om Tat Sat. This is Swami Nikhilananda. My humble prostrations to the universal divine energy in the form of Adi Guru Sri Shankaracharya ji, my worshipful Guru Swami Jyotirmayanand ji Maharaj, all sages and saints of this world, and to you divine souls watching this satsang. We today will discuss verse number 9 of the Holy Scripture, Bhaja Govindam. Sat sangatve nisangatvam nisangatve nirmohatvam nirmohatve nishchalatatvam nishchalatatve jivanmukti Bhaj Govindam Bhaj Govindam Govindam Bhaj Mudhamate. So verse number 9 is very close to my heart because, well, every verse is special, but this one is extremely deep because it hits on the focal point of our goal in this life, which is the glory of Satsanga. Sat means truth, Sangha means association, so association of the truth is Satsang. The company of sages and saints, Satsangatve Nihisangatvam. So the way, if you are involved in Satsanga, which means if you are studying the scriptures, if you are sitting with sages and saints, listening to Satsanga such as this one, it helps to overcome attachments and you start to enjoy solitude. You start enjoying your own self, your own company. Nisangatve nirmohatvam. And when you start enjoying to be by yourself, you enjoy the divinity within your heart, you feel the mystic music, then your moha, your attachments slowly start to shed off. They no longer bother you. And nirmohatve nishchal tattvam. And as soon as moha is taken off, you start getting purity of heart. Your heart starts to heal. It starts to feel that energy of God. And finally, with that purity, nishchal tattve, jivan mukti, you start to experience self-realization. Jivan means life and mukti means liberation. So you attain a jivan mukti, liberation, while alive in this human body. The process we call as self-realization, nirvana, mukti, or any other name that we can relate to in this regard. So satsang is also considered as one of the 4 gatekeepers to the palace of liberation. Lord Shiva is also always in satsang meditation, thinking of Lord Sri Adi. Once Lord Krishna and Narada were talking, and Lord Krishna said, I am having intense pain and medicine is not going to cure me, but I do have a cure if you get me my devotees' feet, dust from their feet, and if I apply that to my forehead, that will help me heal. He says, but there is just one problem, because if the devotee does that to God, the process is reversed. Normally, the devotee is supposed to apply the holy feet, but in this case, God is asking. So there will be negative consequences or papa, and whenever, so Narada says, okay, no problem, let me see, God, you are in pain, let me see which devotee will do that. And when he goes down and he explains the situation, everybody is so scared of the pap, which means, or the negative consequences of giving the dust of their feet, and that it will be applied on God's forehead, that they all refuse with the fear of what that would mean for them, that they may be tumbled in hell. So they are very scared of that. Whereas finally Narada goes to Vrindavan, where all the cowherds and the cow maidens were there, the gopis, and when he narrates the story, all these these gopis come, Radha and the others, and each one of them wants to aggressively give the feet of their dust. And Narada says, did you not hear? I told you it's your feet that the dust, and it will be applied to God, which means you may be involved in sin of doing such a thing. Although it may heal God, but you will have to pay the price. And the maidens, the gopis, got really upset at Narada, and they said, you are worried about sin and what is right and what is wrong, and there you have our God in pain. Don't delay. Here, every one of them comes and says, take the dust from my feet, take it from my feet, and they all give the water of their dirty feet and the dust from that to Narada so he can take it. The point here is that purity of heart. When you love somebody, you love them with all your heart. You love them unconditionally. You don't worry about the consequences. Such is the devotion that these gopis had towards God. And when you get hooked to satsanga, when you get involved in this, you start to feel that mystic music, the same music that Radha experienced when she was thinking of Krishna. So when that happens, satsanga, we don't have to wait for liberation. We get liberation this very minute.